Konnichiwa, annyeonghaseyo. Esto es Asiangirls. Yo soy Kaori y estoy muy feliz el día de hoy. Entonces, hace muy poquito tiempo, hace menos de media hora, regresé de ver del cine el concierto de este World Tour. ¡Sí! Entonces, eso es lo que hice. Okay, so hi. So a little bit ago, I returned from cinemas because I saw the concert of this year of the world tour, and I am really, really happy. So I thought, like, let's do like a live. Even though no one put nothing, even though no one connects, I will speak because I like to speak, and I am so happy because that. Believe me, I love that transmission. Yeah. So hi, how are you? The best thing about this is that this video will stay on the channel, and if someone one day wants to see it, he or she could do it without trouble. So hi. Entonces, estoy súper feliz, me encantó, súper, súper feliz, y dije, bueno, este video se va a quedar en el canal a pesar de todo. Y si alguien un día quiere verlo, es bienvenido a hacerlo, y si no, pues también, ¿no? Vamos a ver si se oye. Let's see if we can hear something. Let's see. Through the cell phone. Yeah. The cell phone. I seem like crazy people. Person, I don't know English. So, hi, how are you? So, well, let me take this. So, I'm not really sure of what I like to talk about, but some things came or returned to my mind while I was seeing the concert on cinema. So, I believe that I am going to talk about that. So, the first thing that I need to talk about, they are so pretty, they are so handsome, I love them. Yeah, my kitty. So yeah, they are so handsome, and I love. Believe me, I was really hoping that they come to Mexico with this tour, and they didn't. Yeah, it's a shirt. It's not official, but it has me. And I also have this. It's not official merchandise. No, it's like the one that I found here in Mexico. I am worried BTS and Jimin sucks. Oh, that's awesome. I also love Jimin. I don't know. My bias is Taehyuna, but sometimes I'm like, I also love Jimina. I don't know. I cannot be really sure who I love first. So yeah. So as I was saying, a lot of things came to my mind while I was seeing the concert on cinemas, and one of them was the topic about first all the story that we're seeing. As you know, the webtoon, well, they are putting also the free chapters after 2 weeks after they release, like to the people that is paying, they are releasing them 2 weeks later. So I have read until now the three chapters and the prologue. And well, I was seeing, like, in these concerts, they are putting like a combination, like a mix of I Need You, of Run. And I was all the time I was thinking about the videos. I was like, yeah, and the story and this, because I have been trying like to connect everything, and it's really, really complicated because I have like too many ideas, and I am not really sure how I need to connect this story, because believe it or not, we have like, I don't know, like 10 different notes that are all from April 11. So it's really complicated. Yes. Thank you. I see that one person is here, and I love that. Thank you very much to a multi-fandom K-pop army in your area. Thank you to put messages. It seems that you are the only one here, but I am happy with that because I am really, really, really I don't know. I'm really happy. I have an awful week. In reality, I have an awful week. because too many things are happening right now in my life. Some of them are not really good, but well, this was awesome because I could release. I was screaming. I was like that, and it was a funny moment in which I was like, yes, and I shout "Sarangue," and my best friend was like, like turn down your volume because everyone is trying to hear the music and you are like screaming like that you love them. And I was like, yeah, because that's the true, I love them. So yeah, but returning to the topic. So the stories I was thinking about a lot while I was in the concert, because you see I Need You or Ron, and you are like, yes, I remember the Korean version and the video, and then I remember the Japanese version, and I also remember the video, and it's like, I need to connect everything. So it's like really confusing. And the novel that's going to come out in March is like, oh, I want it, but I don't have money. I don't have money, but I want that novel because as in the official page where they are selling it, they put like like a spoiler of a page of Nanjung. Well, the version in English, because I cannot read Hangul, neither hiragana ni katakana, nothing like that. So I read the one in English, and I was like, oh my god, I want this book because I believe they are going to explain a lot of things. Yes, I don't have money, and it's not expensive at all. Even thought you need to pay like the shift. In my case, to come to Mexico, to the book Come to Mexico, is not expensive at all. It's like really cheap, but I don't have money. So yeah, that's the main trouble. The second thing that I was thinking about while I was seeing the movie or like the concert, it was the topic about the military service. And yes, it's complicated, because there are some theories that I have been reading these days that they say that Suga and Jin are going to enter to their military service at the end of these years, and that could mark the end of Bantansoyundan for a time, because as you know, after Yoongi goes to the service, the others like Namjoon, Jaehoon would need to go, and of course, we will not have BTS for 8 years. Which rumor? I read that. Did you know the rumor? Which rumor? Well, but that's the topic, and I didn't follow it, but some time ago, when the first time they were talking about like the new law that they cannot go out of Korea for more than 6 months and all those stuffs, I started to follow a channel in which they were explaining like all those topics. The channel is called DK TV, and he explained like detail by detail, like everything like everything related to this topic of the military service. And he was saying that he does not like, it was like a rumor that they will keep the military service since the hostilities with North Korea were decreasing. But this boy was telling that will not be possible, or not in a nearly future, because the military service and all those stuff, political things, are really complicated. So that's why. So we need to think about or try to make theories what will happen with Bantansoyondan, because we are talking about that Jin needs to enter to its military service the next year, and then the others will go. So what will happen? Are they going to go together, or are they going to go like split, or Bantansoyondan will come to its end? I am not sure. So did you know the rumor that B is going to have a new song that Jimmy leaked? Yes, I hear it, and in fact, I believe like Taehyun post like a mini part like of the song, and well, I hoping for that, because I was like really sad when I heard that Taehyun say like, once I grow a song, Namjoon hear it and he was like, yes, it could be good if you change the things and if you do this or if you do that. And then Taehyun was like, Hyun, I already did that. So are you telling me that my song is not good enough? I was like, oh, poor V. But yes, I have heard that. So as I was telling you, I did this video because I was too happy about the concert. Can we be friends on YouTube, Uni? Ah, yeah. Can we be friends on YouTube, Uni? Of course, we can be friends. And how do you know that I am your Uni? Well, maybe you are more uh, younger and you are really sure that I am older, but of course we can be friends. I am like, yes, I like to do friends. I think that I have like a lot of, or a thing that I want to do a lot, like some time ago, since some time, is to do pinball. You know, I want to do that. So I am taking really serious the point to make me a Instagram account and to contact with these K-pop groups that they do pinball. Blah. I confuse myself between the two languages because as I have told you, my English is not good enough. Like I have a lot of trouble because sometimes I mix and my pronunciation is not really good. But I am here and I am trying and I am happy. Yeah, I am a strange people. Yeah, but 사랑해. So yeah. Yes. Yes, if you want it. Of course, if you want it. So as you are the only person here and I'm really happy, do you want to talk about a specific topic about Fantansoyondan or a specific topic about something like K-pop in general or something like that? Because I have not idea what can I say. Like I am trying, well, I am really trying to create a document in which I am going to collect every single note and I'm going to try to create like the different lines. But currently, as I was telling, my life is really crazy. So I am trying to do everything at the same time because if you have noticed, I upload the notes like in Spanish, so I need to do those translations, like the normal notes, like the Esmeralda notes, that even thought they are short, it takes your time, unlike other content that even thought people do not see it a lot. I like to do it, and so I am trying to connect that with my school because I am in my last years of high school, and well, that's a critic year. Not a lot this semester because I am the last one, but of course I need to maintain my grades and because I need a scholarship. And yes, I need to maintain my actual grades because it's my future. But yes, I'm going to try to do everything. So yeah, love anything. I just love being a detective. Yes, me too. It's super awesome to try to connect everything and try to find an answer. And in the reality, the story that I try to follow more and I try to explain, of course, is the one of Fantanso년단. But I also like the story about, for example, God 7, like the one of Turbulence, Arrival. I cannot remember. Fly Lock. Yeah, that one I love too. And another story, like I love the MVs of the videos in which you need to try to explain a story. My Name, for example, is another K-pop group that does not exist currently, but they split out some years ago. But My Name, they also have some interesting stories. I believe that you are so smart because, well, it's not easy to try to explain Big Hit. I say it's Big Hit, it's Bantansoyondan, and their stories. So it's not easy to explain. So don't feel dumb or something like that if you cannot find like an explanation to Big Hit because as you have been seeing, it's not easy at all. So yeah, let's think a little bit about Bantansoyondan's story. So as we have said, so as we have been saying, all this story has a base. Like before April 11, everything happens the same. So I have some notes that I haven't uploaded to my channel. I believe that if you are a native English speaker, you already read them because it's the translation to Korean to English are more faster than to Spanish. So you may know of which notes I am talking about. So I am going to open them to be able to analyze them. So the first thing that I read, and it was like interesting for me, is the fact that I understood well with the webtoon that Jungi is dead before April 11, or is what I understand, because when Jin goes to see to Namjoon, he's tell that you didn't know that, right? Like Namjoon, like Jungkook is dead and Jungi is dead. But after I realized that he then wakes up again and Jungkook jumps from the roof, I was like, I believe that Jungi also died, of course, in April 11. But after I was translating a short note of Esmeralda books, and they are telling that Jungi tries to kill himself or creates the fire in the day of, in which day? In May. In May. So he tries to kill himself on May of the year 22. That will say that is after April 11. Mia! This is my little kitten Mia that he just returned from hospital because, well, some days ago she had like an attack. We thought that they give some poison to her, but it seems like she has a heart illness. So right now she's taking pills, and we need to see what is going to happen with her, right? In fact, I have another kitten. Is black, and her name is Juma, but she's sleeping in the other room because she cannot attack her, because she now has a lot of troubles with its immune system. Right, Mia? Her name is Mia. Well, return to Bantansoyondan. Juma. Juma. Her name is Juma. It's like Y-U-M-A, like Yume in Japanese, that is dream. We changed the E of Yume to an A, and right now it's Juma. And she is Mia, M-A-A. Okay, but let's return. Let me. Yeah. Okay, so we were talking. Yunae or June? Juma. Y-U-M-A. Juma. Juma. Okay, we were talking about Bantansoyana. Okay, so I was telling that I believe first that Jungi killed himself before April 11, but like the note of the Esmeralda books is from May, a month later, because it's of May 2, almost a month later. So that's what I am not currently understanding, because we are talking about that Jin is going to try to save Jungi, and if Jungi died before April 11, he could not do that. So we're talking that something with time is happening, or even that Jin can return more to the past that we believe. Another strange thing. Well, I have connected some specific notes. For example, the one in which, in Euphoria, the scene in which they are like in the hospital, like with Jimmy, like with Jacob, and they skip all, like in the video of Euphoria. We have the notes in there. No, in answer, we have those notes. In the first one, it explains the point of view of Jimin, that he's sleeping and suddenly he feels that someone is like seeing from the upper part. And when he opens the eyes, he finds the face of J-Hope, and he's like, everyone come, we need to go from here. And it's connected with another note of J-Hope in which he's explaining like they have come and that they are going to be free. So let me find. This is Jimin, Namjoon, Taehyung, Joongi. Of course, we also have the note of Hoseok that is in May 12, year 22. This is, of course, another line in which is when he believes that he has saw his mother and his sister. Is that image? It also appears in the video of Euphoria when Jimin is like taking his hand and he's going to fall from the stairs. That's the image. Okay, that's the same. So I believe that the note from year 22, May 12, when J-Hope is going to fall from the stairs, is also connected with the note of year 22, May 15, when is that Jimin wakes up and sees J-Hope and they tell him that they are going to escape, and is also connect with another note that I cannot find. Yeah. Then the other one that is here, let me see. I have like everything like here in a Google Drive document, so it's in like in the small in the cell phone. You see like everything combined. Well, the other line, of course, is the one in which Jungkook is on the hospital, in which I believe that like he ends up in the hospital effectively because of Jin. So I believe that Jin hit Jungkook with his heart because it's more logical to have your friend in hospital than dead. So if he hits Jungkook, he ends up in the hospital, and there he meets the girl, and that's where Highlight Reel enters, and then we have the notes from year 22, July 26. Like when he realized that the girl is not longer on the hospital. That's another line in which you is in the hospital, and of course I believe that it's connect with this note of Taehyung in which she's like asking Jin that if he's telling all the truth. Because yes, I believe. Other funny thing that we have noticed is that each boy, especially Taehyung, remembers like a little bit about the other timelines, because as you know, in the Esmeralda notes, he's like telling that everything was like my dream. The only difference was that Jin was on the platform instead of I. So until one point he remembers. Also, we have a note in which he tells like Jung Gi-hyun died. Like when he wakes up, he's like in panic. He's with Namjoon, and Namjoon is like, "What is happening?" And he tells him like that Jung is dead. So as you can see, like Taehyung can actually remember things. We can notice that something really similar happens with another members. Right now I remember about Yoongi, in which he's in the house of Namjoon, the train, and he says that it's the first time that he goes to that place, but it feels like a really familiar place, like telling that it was not his first time there. So we can see that they remember little things, and that connects me to the fact that maybe Jungkook is one of the members that actually can remember everything. I don't know. Maybe the fact that Jin is the older one and Jungkook is the younger one is like the balance between them is like the future and the past. I don't know how to explain it, but if you remember correctly, like in all the videos, especially in Fake Love, Jungkook is always seeing the scene like from outside of the room. Like he's always seeing their humans, what is happening with them. As Jungi, as Jin is seeing his own sense, like with the camera, like outside. Sometimes he's not with them, like playing in the beach or something like that. He's only like a viewer, and I believe that they are like the balance. Yes, the girl in Highlight Reel. I believe so. That so Jungkook and they. That will be really interesting. I don't know if you remember like that theory in which they say that like the complete members they are all dead, and that Jin is only like trying to help them to accept that fact. So it will be interesting to believe that the girls are like their angels that are trying to make them also to understand that they are dead. And your idea that maybe the both of them are dead, and that's why the girl is crying the Y and the key. I don't remember how to say that letter in English. I forgot. Well, that those two letters, like in when where it's like a form to say like the both of you are dead. Something funny that I have seen, and I don't know if you have noticed it or not, is like the things that happens to each characters happens like in the pairs that they are created. Like for example, Jimin and Jihoon, the both are on the hospital. Jungkook and Junggi, the both are dead. RM and B, the both are on prison. So it's like everything happened like in pairs. Well, wait, can you repeat that? Like the last thing? Okay. So I believe that everything happens to them like in pairs. Yeah. Okay. Everything happens in pairs because if you notice, J-Hope and Jimin, the both of them are on the hospital. Namjoon and Taehyun, the both of them are in prison. And Yoongi and Jungkook, the both of them are dead. So if you see like their futures, like their presence are connect between them. And if you have seen, Jin is always like a part. He's not part, but of course he has a lot of influence in the things that happen. Also, we have another note of Namjoon in which he's explaining the moment of the webtoon when he first see Namjoon again. And he's also explaining that like he is really wait. Okay. In what I cannot remember. I need to answer because it's my mom, but I have forget what I was saying. God. Help, I cannot remember what I was telling. Okay. Like the destinies are connect. Okay, we are in that point. The destinies are connect, Jin. Another thing that we are going to learn, like in the novel, and I believe it's important, is like the actual past of every single member. And I believe that that's the fact that connect the others. Like, I believe that every single member has a thing in their past that connect him to another member, and not only like in the pairs that they are. So, for example, I believe that Taehyun and J-Hope are connect because if you think it, the both of them does not have real parents. You know, like their parents are. Yes, it's like J-Hope parents are not in the scene. Like Taehyun parents are. Well, his dad is in the scene, but is like not a real father. So of course, they are connected. But at the same time, Jihoop and Jimin are connected with the fact that the both of them are on the hospital. And at the same time, uh, J-Hope is connect with Jungkook because we can understand the relation that Jungkook has with his own family, especially with his mother, is not good. It's the same as Taehyung. And if you have read like that mini spoiler that they put about the novel, Namjoon situation is like really similar because his dad is sick and he needs to work in order to maintain his mom and his sister or brother, because we cannot understand if he has a sister or a brother because the translations, every single translation that I have read are different. Some of them translate that he has a sister and some others translate like he has a brother, so I am not really sure. So that, and at the same time, that's connected with Jungi because the mother of Jungi is dead, and his father, he does not love his father. So if you see all of them, because I think on another, they all not have parents. Like they are living by themselves, and I believe that Jeans take like that step, like he's the dad of the group, like the mother and the dad of the group, because he's the older. Because we are talking about like the Korean culture in which, yes, like we kill his father, and if you think like a little bit, you can also say like you kill his mother. It's not like, I am not saying that he started fire or something like that, but it's really strange the fact he says like that no one was in the home when he knew that his mother was trapped inside. That's like a little bit creepy. What? Why? I don't understand why he didn't want to save his mother. But if you read like the notes about how his love of for piano start, you understand like his mother was not there and that his mother loved music more than him, because he also loves a lot music, and I believe that he is thinking that is making the same mistakes as his mother with Jungkook, for example. That's why I believe like he tries to be a part of Jungkook, because he lost his mother and he may believe that Jungkook will lose him. But of course, when the Jungkook is hit, he understands that the one that is afraid of losing someone is him and not Jungkook. Let me take one. Not Jungkook. And the story that I want to know really badly is the one of Jimin, because if you have read, if you have seen everything, you will see that like the story of Jimin is the most incomplete that we have. Like we know that something happened when he was a child in like a place of trees, like in a garden. He was there, something happened, and after that his attacks began. But it's all that we know. Like we don't have an idea what happens. And I believe that if we have an explanation of the first event, I am really sure that we will be able to explain everything. A lot of time ago, when I started the channel almost a year ago, like 7 months, something like that, I start to think about that if it could not be that Jean is a person that he saw like when he was a child. At the moment, I didn't know that Jean always returned to April 11, but at the moment, I thought that he could like travel in time, like to old space and to old times, and that maybe he was the reason because Jimin was scared. Maybe he saw Jean doing something like something bad. But now we know that Dean only can return to April, but then we can remember that the dad of Jean also returned in time, and we in reality we don't know the complete story of Jean's father. So maybe it could be real late, but I really want to know what happened with Jimin, because I believe that is a really important part to understand everything. To understand everything, because well, it's important. like my neighbors are like downstairs. I have neighbors and they are like in a party, and I believe that they are hearing me speaking. So I am not really sure. Eh, like yeah, like that. Which another thing? Like I don't know. Sometimes I have like everything, like all the ideas of the story, like really connect with. But when I want to do like a video, or when I try to pass it to like paper to write it, everything becomes confused again because it's a lot of information. But the fact, well, a fact that I like is that Beat Hit was releasing like the Esmeralda books, like the notes with the video. Like they are connecting you, like they are giving like a way that you need to follow. And I was thinking about Blood, Sweat, and Tears, this scene in which Jin punched Taehyung, and I believe that is with this note of answer in which Taehyung is like say like Hyun, um, you are not telling us things. And of course, now that I think Blood, Sweat, and Tear Japanese version is a really crazy video because in that video we see like Namjoon is a really bad person, like he will be like the leader of a tribe or something like that. To their life, but their real lives, I don't know. At the beginning, I was like, I also believe that they everything was connected to their real lives in some way or in another. Like not into the fact, like for example, like thank you dad was violent or something like that, but more to the feelings that they had while they were growing. Like for example, Namjoon, like he's always telling that sometimes he's lost in who he is. Like sometimes he don't know if he's RM or is Rap Monster or is Kim Namjoon. And I believe that that is a clear thing that his character shows on through the story. Like he's always trying to search who really is. Like if the Hyun that everyone like respect, like believe he's real intelligent, or if he's the boy that grow really poorly and he's always changing of city trying to pay the bills of his father hospital. But I believe like it is that, and I don't know why, but I connect the story sometimes with their real lives because you know also for example Taehyun, the fact that he was raised by his grandmother and not by his parents is like also a mystery that we could connect. I am as of course I am not telling that his parents or his dad was violent, but it will have sense because he was not living with them, so I am not sure. And in the case of Jimin, he has been always saying that he has like a lot of trouble with his real himself, and that's what he lives on a lie. And he on the story, the character of Jimin lives in a lie. So that's also connect with his real. And I believe like Yoongi too, like he's always talking a lot of the piano, that he loves piano, and we see that same thing in their stories. Like you can understand from some songs of Suga, especially the ones that he has produced in his mixtape of Agusti, that the fact that his mom was sick at one point of his life, of her life, and that I believe that Suga suffered a lot about that topic. And I believe that that will be also represented in the fact that the mother of Jungi's character on the story is that. Like I believe that there are too many things that we could connect with their real stories. Like I believe it's really, really possible. In the case of Jungkook, well, Jungkook, the part of Jungkook in the story we are telling about, like his brother is making fun of him, like his mom is not happy with him, and neither his his dad. And I believe that that could represent like the thoughts that Jungkook has from his own parents. Like he left his home really young, and their parents lost a lot of his life, and maybe that's something that Jungkook is not happy about, because I believe that no one's would like to live a lot of time apart from their parents, and maybe that's what he's trying to reflect. Like it will be right if their parents are angry with him. Of course, this part of Jin is like really easy to understand, because Jin is always telling that he didn't have the talent, or he believed that he didn't have the talent to be part of Antan. And of course, that's what he's representing on the story. That's also a connection. And in the case of J-Hope, the fact that the mom is not there, like he left him in a park. If you have read the lyrics of Mama, his solo song of Wings, you will notice a part that he's telling that, or you can understand that his mom was not always there. She was working to pay his dance classes. So I believe that in until a point, these stories also connect with their personal thoughts, with their personal um, experience, and that they are reflected in different ways on the stories. Of course, it has a lot of drama, because we understand that if they only tell us like the mom is sad because he's not living with him, or with that, it will be boring, and the fans will not buy and try to see and try to understand everything. Of course, Big Hit has been changing everything in order to make the story more interesting, and that's why I believe everything turned like really or more crazy. Also, another thing that I think about a lot is the fact that Taehyun is like a fallen angel. I am not really sure. Since the beginning, when I saw that, I was not sure. I insist that the scenes from Blood, Sweat, not sweet, but sweet is like for candy. Sweat and tears are more like a sense that happen in their minds, not in the reality. Because I don't believe that in reality Taehyun is a fallen angel. No, it's only like a reference that he maybe is the one that commit the worst things, for example. And also that in the Japanese version of Blood, Sweat, and Tears, the fact that Namjoon is like the leader, like he's giving things to Jungkook, maybe it's a representation that he was always trying to help the his own sense, but he didn't notice that he was making more damage than maybe being helping. That's another thing that I believe. So that's another thing that I was thinking about. That. What else? Like love yourself. I believe that he didn't have the intention to make the story that they are developing so big. I believe that they were only waiting, or they were only hoping to create like an interesting album with wings like this story. And I believe that they were supposed to stop there. But of course they saw like this was a hit, like everyone was like, yes. And that's why they decide to continue. Well, I have been remembered that the story started in the most beautiful moment in life. But now, if you have seen that they are taking information, or they are taking sense of all their albums as school affair, I believe that that's new. I believe that they only saw the scenes that they have, and they tried to combine, because I don't know until what point you can create a story so perfectly since the beginning. Like it will be really, really crazy if if they have been creating this story that Bangtan will develop since their debut. That will not have really a lot of sense because we know that the K-pop entertainment is really complicated because as you can become really famous as Bantan you can be a disaster and your group could disappear in 2 years. And we are talking about that in the moment that Bantan debut, Big Hit Entertainment was in a terrible situation, economical, and that's and because of course the fail of Glam. If you don't know who is Glam, ooh, what was that? If you don't know who is Glam, Glam was a girl K-pop group that Big Hit had. They were, if I remember correctly, they were 5 girls, and in fact, in some video of Glam, the voice of Bantan appeared. The point is that the group was like not really famous, but it was like in the scene, it was taking attention. But one of the girls commit a crime. She entered prison. Bleh. And time later, the group disbanded. So of course, that was an incredible loss for Big Hit, and that's why today don't have like girls trainings because they don't want nothing again with girls because they have noticed that they are complicated. Because yes, maybe we're a little bit complicated, but of course, but because of that, I don't believe that they have been creating the story of Bangtan Soyeondan since the beginning, even though that we find things that are connected. I am back. Ugh, and I am losing my voice. Yes, my mom was also like writing me, like tell me like I am going to the house because she's not here. She's going to arrive. Like she was asking about my brother, about the beautiful kitten from here. She's hearing things from the outside. Like like cats, dogs are making a lot of noise. We hope it will not be an earthquake. Because if you haven't noticed or if you don't know it, Mexico is a really complicated country. We have a lot of earthquakes. Like in my city, like an hour from here, 2 hours from here, we have an active volcano. So Mexico it's beautiful, but it's also dangerous. So yeah. Bye. Sarangga. Bye. So I will continue talking here. So yeah, I was telling that I believe that they have been taking all the opportunities and they have been combining them to create what is the current story of Antan So Yonda. And if they have been preparing this since the beginning, since before Antan debuted, I will be like, the person that did this is a genius because how could you be so sure? Of course, but I just happened because I saw like that my internet, my Wi-Fi was not working. No, here is again. We're back. Of course, as you have seen, I did this video without not idea of what I was supposed to talk. I was only really because I saw like the core tour because it go to cinemas to see a BTS concert. It has like it was in on December in which I went to see the Wings tour. I went to see also the presentation on Seoul, the last presentation they had. I see it on cinemas. And before I went to see like the movie, and before I saw BTS Born the Stage, but the series. But this is like the current tour that they are doing. This is the present, and they could came to Mexico, but no, they changed the laws and they didn't come to Mexico and I didn't saw them in person because, as I was telling, it made this world tour may be the last one because all the regulations that they right now. So maybe it's complicated, and I will never see them on person because maybe some people or maybe not are wondering since when I start to like Mantansoyandan. So first, I will tell this. So I start to like at first the Japanese things. I started to like Japanese things when I was 7 years old. After that, I start to see like anime, like Japanese movies. I start to hear J-pop and those things. A lot of time later, I found a song called "Come Back Home" of 21, but in its school was like, you need to hear Bantan Soyondan, and the first I didn't because I saw like when I was discovered like No More Dream when I was like I don't like Bantan Soyondan, but later I fall in love with them, and I currently love with them. You didn't saw me like in the cinemas. I was like screaming like my best friend took the popcorns of me because I was like with the box of the popcorn in my legs. But it was like point that I was screaming, like trying to dance and all those things. So suddenly Ampan Man, that is from the last songs, appeared on the screen. So I felt like Ampan Man, and I suddenly and the pork popcorn were going to fall to to the floor. You know if the messages that I am reading from you multi-fandom K-pop army in your area are coming late, or if they are mixed or what? Because I understood that you have ate, and then you are going to tell me that you are going to eat. I am confused. But since I don't have a lot to tell you, and I know that no one is seeing this, and maybe no one is going to see this, what I want to talk, and maybe one day I'm going to be famous, and I will have the opportunity to do interviews to famous idols, and I will be like asking questions to Bangtan Soyondan. It will be, I will like that. That will be really, really funny. I hope that happens once. A dream. I have a lot of dreams. I like a lot of things in my wish bucket list. For example, I really want to be in front of the crowd. Maybe not like an artist because I am really conscious that I don't function for that. I cannot even believe into myself to become an idol because, as you can see, I have not the measurements or I am not as pretty as I am supposed to be an idol. But I would love to be like in front of everyone and and to see and to feel how like they feel, like to see everything, like to see the light, like the darkness, and hear screaming. That's one thing that I want to do. Even thought I am the guy of the guy of security. I need to clean the floor. I don't care to see how things are going. Another thing that I want to do is bye. Matane. Another thing that I want is to live first in Japan and then to Korea. And of course, learning both languages. I might could maybe learn them by myself because many people learn like by themselves. But I personally I also like to return to dance classes, but I have not money right now. And you will say you can also learn that at your home, but I am a type of person that they need to teach me the things because I will other than that I will not do it by myself. And that's bad. Don't do that. But yes, that's why. So na 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 See, I have not future for being an artist. So if you are seeing this video after and you were curious to see what a girl like me could say in almost 1 hour, thank you to see it. If no one is going never to see this video, I am happy to talk. It's an interesting form to liberate all the stress, no thoughts that I am having right now. Like also to share the love that I feel for Bantan. So thank you. And I believe this is everything. So I am Kaorili. This is Asiangirls. An important thing. If you have ideas for a video, if you have topics or something that you want to include on a K-pop playlist, please let them in the comments of any video. So thank you very much. This is everything. Kaorili, say goodbye. チャロありがとう